So if you're in the market to buy a TV right now, it can be kind of confusing. There's OLED and mini LED and QLED and what is this right here? QD OLED. There's many different TVs out there and different technologies, and as much as I love Samsung, they have a mini LED TV, a QLED TV, and now they're making OLED TVs. Now for me, I've always been a fan of OLED, but I felt QLED TVs were doing a great job catching up to OLED, but now Samsung released this flagship TV, which is using OLED, and wow, this TV is really, really good. When it comes to OLED TVs, there's a lot of pros and cons. This TV is not exempt, so we're gonna talk about the pros of this TV and a couple of cons that does sort of pop up when using it. This is Samsung's flagship TV. It's the S95C. I had a chance to check it out at one of Samsung's offices because they didn't have review TVs to send out, but all opinions are my own and there was no one there telling me what to say. This TV is currently in stores right now. It's $2,500 for 55-inch and all the way up to $4,500 for that 77-inch. It's an expensive TV, but does it live up to the price tag? I don't know why I did that. So no need to bury the lead here. This is a great TV and I would love to have this TV in my house. No questions about it. Now, as I said, I had 4 hours with the TV. I wish I had more time with it, but I was able to formulate my own opinions of this TV based off my quick comparisons and also what I know about what's available in the market. So this is an attractive TV, no questions about it. I mean, you have the stand that is dead in the middle. We've seen this many years from Samsung. It's a really good look. It raises the TV a little bit so you can put a sound bar underneath it, which I highly recommend doing. And then since it's up, raised a little bit in the middle, it can be a little bit wobbly if you tap it or anything like that. And I do recommend wall mounting it or even wall mounting it to your TV stand. Now the back of the TV is very clean. You have a couple of rows of speakers and those speakers are okay. They're rear firing. They're not gonna be great speakers because it's made for a TV. So I definitely recommend getting yourself a sound bar to get better sound. But also there's no ports in the back of the TV. Samsung is using a One Connect box, and what I like about the One Connect box is that all the ports are in that box, and that box has a cord running from it all the way to your TV. It helps you with clean installations if you're wall mounting it and you could just shove that box somewhere else and plug everything into it. I'm a big fan of it. 4 2.1 HDMI ports, eARC, 3 USB, and also a digital optical out as well. Big fan of the build of the TV. It definitely screams premium when you look at it, and when you touch it, it's not that like cheap plastic that some TVs have. It definitely feels like a premium, strongly made TV. There's also an all new remote. It's just a little bit stubbier. It's shorter, but a little thicker, and hopefully that prevents it from falling in the couch. But beyond that, it's pretty much the same remote. So if you have a Samsung TV that is a couple years old, then you'll notice the UI is a little bit different. The functionality is the same. Everything, you get to stuff a little bit differently, but everything is pretty much the same. Everything now is on this menu to the left, and I gotta say that my time with it was so short, I can't judge if it's better or not. I just wasn't used to it. But one thing that you will see is that there's a separate tab just for gaming, and this gives you access to Xbox Game Pass. So even if you don't have an Xbox, if you subscribe to Xbox Game Pass, this gives you the ability to game on your TV without an Xbox. This is just pulling the information down from the cloud, so it's not like it's installed on your TV, but you can play light gaming. Anything more serious, anything more competitive, I don't recommend doing that because you have a little bit of lag. But at the end of the day, having the ability to play Xbox on your TV without extra hardware is a bonus in my book. Speaking of gaming, I brought my Xbox and I was ready to try all the new gaming features, but my Xbox broke in transit, which is very unfortunate. So it was a bummer because I wanted to try out all the new specs. It's a native 144 refresh rate. So next gen PCs and even consoles, if they upgrade, one day this TV can definitely handle it. It allows for FreeSync, G-Sync, and VVR. I wish I could have done some of that gaming, but yeah, I was TSA'd. I did talk to one of my friends who actually has this TV. He bought it, and I did ask him about gaming. And one game that he called out was God of War, just because it's a very dark game and there's a lot of elements of sparks and lightning and throwing the levitation hammer and doing all those things. And he was explaining that out of all the TVs he's tested and used, this TV had the best gaming experience. due to the color, due to the movement, and due to the refresh rate. Everything was just great on this TV. Didn't get a chance to try it out, but yeah, this guy knows gaming and he loves this TV. So speaking of picture quality, this is an OLED. If you don't know what the big deal about OLED is, let me do my best to explain it. So the back of a TV, there's millions of little lights. And majority of TVs, what they do is when it's showing black, the light will show black. But with an OLED, if it's black, the light would actually turn off. So you get pure blacks. You get the lights off instead of it showing black. And so that prevents it from showing like gray when it's supposed to be black and things like that. So this TV is an OLED, and so you have those pure blacks. So if you're watching something like Game of Thrones that has a lot of dark elements, people were complaining that they couldn't see anything. If you had an OLED TV, you'll be able to see those elements. And what's pretty cool is that when you get brightness next to darkness, it really pops, it really shines. And one of the disadvantages of OLED is that they don't get bright compared to other TVs with traditional lights, because that's just the nature of OLED. But what Samsung is doing is that they allow this brightness to come through with the OLED. But the drawback is it can't stay on the screen for a long time. So what happens is if you have a very bright element on the screen, it starts to dim over time unless it's just on the screen for like a quick second. So like gaming, God of War, you hit someone with the hammer and it sparks. That looks great. That is fantastic. But if something like a sunset or something that has a lot of light, it will start to dim to protect the TV. You could turn that feature off, but then the TV never gets as bright as it could get. This isn't something that will ruin your viewing experience, but once you notice it, you will continue to notice it, but it's not something you'll see quite often. Now moving on to colors, this is where this TV absolutely shines. I mean, these colors are so good. I really hope this video is doing it justice. I mean, these colors really pop off the screen. And when viewing this demo, and I've seen it over 100 times, there has not been a better TV that displays these colors better than this TV. These colors are so good. I can't even explain it. So I watched probably 45 minutes of Blu-ray content, and this TV was really able to immerse you into it. Now, when you compare it to the G2, the colors are better than on the G2. It is brighter than the G2. But when it comes to gaming, you're gonna have the exact same experience because the gaming features are pretty much the same. When comparing it to the Sony A95C, you're gonna have a better gaming mode because there's more 2.1 HDMI ports, and you have better colors and also brightness as well. So it's just a better TV overall. So it really goes down to budget. What is your budget and what are you looking to spend? Because this TV is pretty expensive. Now TVs from last year, QLED from Samsung, you don't get those pure blacks, but they are pretty darn close, and Samsung did a great job with the QLED TVs, and they're way cheaper now. So it really depends on what you want. If you want the best of the best TV, it's really hard to find a TV much better than this one. But those are my opinions. I want to know what yours are. Popping up are other videos that you should check out on my channel if you are into technology and want to check out some more TVs. Anyways, guys, Kevin the Tech Ninja, have a wonderful day. Talk to you guys later. Peace.